Okay guys, get ready for the sound.
48 years old apart, but still enjoying the same things.
When we are driving cars, we are the same age. 16.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This morning we just had a great drive. Uncle YS Khong drove the Spyder with dignity. The car received some dignity because the car was driven hard as it should. So yeah, if you want that video, check out Uncle YS Khong's channel. So we're just coming out now, we're going to do a chill drive, and I did another interview with him earlier, more about mindset, motivation. It's not about cars. Let's come back to cars a little bit.
My favorite subject.
Yeah. So I gotta first ask you, how do you like the... Tease them a bit so they watch your video. How do you like the Spyder?
I said 9.9, right? So guys, I used to talk about smile ratio. This one is maybe 9.9 already. Hey, lovely, man.
What about the car you really enjoyed?
What did I enjoy about the car? First of all, it's a manual. Okay. Secondly, it's a bit engine. Thirdly, it has all the power you want. What more could you ask for, man?
I'm going to ask you a tough question. I know you don't want this question, but I'll ask you.
Yes, it handles better than the Myvi.
No! Hey, not me.
Yeah, I was asked this question.
I know you've driven a GT4. So, GT4 is the sister of this car.
Yes.
The more hardcore track sister.
Yeah.
There's GT3 suspension, everything.
Yeah.
This one is more road going. So which one is better?
When you want the roof down, of course this one, huh? You know, and when you want to chill. But having said that, this car also begs to be driven fast.
Yeah.
You know?
I tell you what, I was so enjoying how you push the car, and then you were always in control, oversteering, catching it back, you know, using a throttle to rotate the car. And it feels like you get familiar with this car very quickly.
Oh, because I drove the GT4 earlier.
I tell you drove this car better than I can drive this car. That is a fact.
Thank you.
Yeah. But that comes with 40 plus years more experience than me lah, and also not to mention 5 championship under your belt, you know.
Guys, the age gap is 48 years between the two of us.
Man, 48 and we're still united through the love of cars.
Yes.
What cars? I mean, you got into racing. You have 5 rally championship. What's your first car you've driven into rally? Like
rally or race? I started racing actually.
Oh, racing Okay, which car to racing, which car to rally first?
The first car I went to race with was the Datsun 1200. And
30 horsepower.
And coincidentally, the first car I went rallying with was also a Datsun 1200 that belonged to my friend.
What was the 30 horsepower? I understand.
No lah, more than that lah. 1200 was about... rated was 69 horsepower.
Hey,
but I think really is about 50 only lah.
50 lah.
Hey, but you see, any car, it doesn't matter what the horsepower is lah.
Yeah.
You can drive it to the limit.
Yeah.
You know, and of course the limit comes out earlier when it's 50 horsepower lah.
Yeah.
But it's just as fun, let me tell you.
Absolutely, and that's what I gathered when I owned my E30. I was having so much fun driving the car.
And your Mini, you know.
And the Mini, my dad, right? He said you guys are sport for horsepower. Back in the days, he said he used to have a Daihatsu Shaman.
Yeah.
He said those cars are 30 plus horsepower, man. Then he said you guys are sport.
Shaman was about 80 horsepower.
80, yeah?
Yeah,
okay.
80.
He lied to me.
It was a 1.6 Toyota engine.
But that's the thing, right, Uncle YS? Driving has its risk, you know. Yeah.
Yes, but I think a lot of people don't take driving seriously because the car can be a lethal weapon. Yeah,
big weapon.
Yeah,
flying projectile.
Yeah, so you have to learn to control it.
And respect the car.
Yeah, so just because I drive fast, doesn't mean I'm dangerous. There are some people who drive slow and are dangerous.
Yeah. Blur, you know.
Blur, not knowing what's happening.
I think very important to take on a defensive stance when you drive. Meaning to say,
Yes.
someone is there. You watch the person. You hold reserve. You know.
Here's a tip for drivers. I was just telling this to another person yesterday. When you're driving, don't fix your eyes on any one subject. That means you cannot look at the pretty girls long. You must scan the road. That means you see everything, you know, but don't focus on any one.
So with ready driver, if one hot chick standing there, you cannot look at the girl.
Cannot.
That one show mati.
Because when any one of you can try, just look at one point in front,
You'll move
and you
towards it.
cannot see anything else.
But you move towards it when I notice when people look at my car, they will start gravitating towards my car. Yeah.
Guys or girls?
Guys.
So this is not a chick magnet.
No, this car not chick magnet. My Mini is a chick magnet.
Okay, listen to the guy who knows, yeah?
If you can't get a girlfriend or you have an issue with your, you feel like you're not, you don't feel charming enough, don't bother buying sports cars, BMW, Honda. Get a Mini Cooper, okay?
Yeah.
Cost you way less, and the girls will love it. Ayo, so cute Or Fiat 500 or 600 if you
Hey,
get.
but for me, it doesn't matter what car I drive, nobody gravitates towards me. No, because I'm uncle, ma.
Who knows, maybe got secret lovers, you know. So you had a Datsun
1200.
1200 and
I couldn't afford. My dream car at that time was a Triple S. I couldn't afford it.
Oh, Datsun 510.
Yes.
Oh, I love the sound of that car, man.
Oh, lovely.
Twin carburetor.
Twin carburetor, 1600.
Oh.
Independent suspension.
Oh man, it's this baby American muscle car look, you know. Yeah. After the 1200, after you raced, what other cars you raced before?
The 1200 that I drove was a bit on the slow side. It lost to the Mini Coopers.
Oh, really? The Minis were brutal, huh?
Oh, they are brutal. They are at least 4 or 5 seconds faster per lap.
Woo.
The only thing that got me some of the class wins was they were not reliable.
The Mini Coopers are reliable.
So a lot of people over-modify the cars, or the cars are old. And mine was really reliable. It's a
Japanese.
Datsun,
Yeah.
And I wanted to get a car that could win me first overall in the production car race. Those days we were racing production car where your driving skill is supposed to make the difference. All the cars are technically the same. Although there are some cars that cheated. And they were more same than me. But I wanted a car that was capable of winning top, and there were two cars that time. It was the Alfa Romeo Berlina, the 2-liter, with the twin Lotus, you know, and the Webers, and the Mazda Rotary.
Oh, wow.
So at that time, a new Mazda Rotary was about 10,000 plus, 1977. Okay? And a new Alfa Romeo was about 14 to 15,000. I couldn't afford any of that, so I bought a second-hand Mazda Rotary. The Capella wasn't popular because it was very fast, but it also was heavy on fuel consumption. So not many people liked it, you know. I bought one for 3,000 ringgit.
Oh,
yeah, and put in 4 Koni shockers. Okay, changed the spark plugs, and I was in the race. Of course, I had 4 new tires lah.
Did you win?
I was second.
Oh man. And you're fighting against the likes of
all the Alfa Romeos and Mazda Rotaries like mine. There were about 10 to 12 of us all fighting. I started off in the 4th grade, I think.
Wow.
And I ended up in second.
No, my father told me, back in the days in 70s, no one talked BMW one. No one says he wants a driver's car by BMW. Everyone talks Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, Alfa Romeo.
Alfa was the driver's car.
Yeah. Because they were the ones with the twin cam engines and the twin Webers.
So Alphas were intimidating lah.
They were the kings.
So imagine you go into the race, you're among you're among like sharks, man.
Yeah. So the Alphas were known to handle better than the Mazda. But it doesn't mean that the Mazda cannot corner just as fast.
in the hands of a good driver.
So suspension setup was key. I think I was very lucky. Like, I didn't know very much. I listened to what the others would talk about. How much those days Kony adjustables were all you had. So I listened to what they do. Then I go and try the settings, and I went for the hardest setting that they did. And by luck, I got it right, and my car was as fast as any one of them lah.
I'm sure the driver had to do something with it also lah.
But I was also very green, very young.
A lot of hot blood.
The advantage I had was a little bit of skill and lightweight.
Lightweight.
Of course, I was very small. You notice all the good racing drivers are very small.
Zen Lau.
Yeah.
Small, tiny.
Jackie Stewart, Ayrton Senna, they're all very small.
So if your children is not like say, I'm afraid my children not growing up, don't worry, they have a career.
Yeah,
That's driver racing.
You can be a race driver or a jockey.
Jockey. Yes, jockey as well.
I won the class categories, the 1300cc categories in the Datsun once or twice. But when I got the Mazda, I was immediately in the top 3.
Wow.
So because those days there were only 2 or 3 races a year. It's either Selangor GP, Malaysia GP and Penang GP. So I missed 2 of the Penang GPs because I couldn't afford no money to go to Penang to race. So only when I was picked up by Asia Motors, the distributor, and they prepared my car, then only I could go to Penang. So all in the 3 years that I had the car, I took part in 10 races. So in the first 2, I was second. In fact, in the second race, it was raining. I took the lead, but my car was not fast enough. And 2 laps from the end, the road already dried up because the rain finished. I was overtaken by another Mazda like mine. Like I was standing still.
Why? Because of the tires or engine?
I think my engine wasn't as good. Later I found out the mechanic put one fuel jet the wrong way around. So it was not getting better, not getting as good response. That's why my friend actually overtook me like I was just standing still. But in the wet, I was in the lead. I was in the lead for more than half the race. 2 laps from the end, he passed me and I just couldn't catch him. But
man.
Anyway, so second in the first race, second in the second race, third race, first. So
nice.
all in, I took part in 10 races in that car, and I was 5 times first, 5 times second, never third.
Sounds like a car that I don't know. Would you one day want to buy it back, restore it?
I tried to look for it, but my friend bought it from me. Later, after I moved on, you know. I should have kept it lah. So he bought it from me, and then he said he totaled it.
Oh man.
I also tried to find back my Datsun 1200. I went all the way to Kuala Pilah, Jelebu to look for the car. And then I found the owner, and then he said, I don't know where's the car. I sold it to somebody else.
Oh man.
Because the last registered owner was him. And the last time the road tax was paid was 1980, but the car is possibly in pieces now. So I don't have any of my old race cars. So that's one of my regrets lah. So if you ever go racing, you don't sell your race car.
Got memories, right?
Got memories. But then you move on lah, you know, and you move on to other things. So I went into rallying.
What's your first rally car?
My first rally car, Datsun 1200. And let me tell you a story. My co-driver was navigating me, and I didn't know how to drive. So I remember there was this thing, we were going downhill. It was slightly wet in the morning, about 3 a.m. in the morning, going down the hill, and he said, turn left. And I turned, nothing happened. I went straight in. It was a T-junction. You know? I went straight in, and this is a smallholder plantation, so the trees are a bit closer together. So I went in, but I was so clever, lucky. Didn't touch any tree. We stopped, and the car stopped in between 2 trees. Never touch anything. Door cannot open. It was that tight, just fit in between the 2 trees. rubber trees lah.
I think you're doing gymkhana. Trying to get the car to the parking.
No, those days I really didn't know how to drive. It's only later as you continue, you learn how to drive.
I think race drivers drive the car close to the limit, as close to the limit as possible, within the traction limit, traction limit lah. I this believe rally drivers drive the car above the limit all the time. Is it true?
I wouldn't say it's true lah. Maybe it's a misconception. In a rally car, you are driving on dirt. The front wheels are useless for steering.
Really?
Yeah. Because on dirt there's no steering mah.
So how do you rotate the car?
You use the back. That is why you say the rally drivers drive beyond the limit. Actually, you use the steering movements to pull the tail out and then you power.
Oh, so it looks like it's always above
Past
the
the
limit.
limit, but no, it is a method of controlling the car.
It is the only way to steer the car at that speed.
Yes, on dirt road you use the tail end of the car to steer.
No matter what tire you use.
No matter what tire you use. The front also helps to turn and all that, but most of the turning is done to get the car out of balance, and then you use the throttle to push the car.
No wonder you're so comfortable pushing the car like that in my car. It's part of the control.
Yeah. So rally driving also helps you to drive the car like that. But on a racetrack, it will not be fast. On a racetrack, you got to come out fast in a straight line.
Yeah.
Whereas on a mountain road like this, because the corners are sharp and all, you can have a bit of fun by powering it to get the tail out, and then you do your correction.
That's why I wasn't scared the whole car. I thought you were in control. Right? And I noticed you jab the throttle, the car rotate, then you get the angle and throttle out. Yeah. So it's like like that.
I'm looking forward to watch the video.
I'm smiling the whole time. I loved it. It was like a roller coaster ride that lasted for 12 minutes. Now I know why you like the Megane so much. Because the Megane has a similar setup for that.
But Megane is front wheel drive.
But when the torsion beam means you can toss the tail aside.
Yeah, so the tail sort of like
dance a bit.
That allows you to dance a little bit.
So at least I get to debunk that myth. It's something I've been thinking about for a long time. I always thought that rally drivers are comfortable above the limit, but actually they are inducing all the oversteer to get the car to move.
Yes.
But the speed you guys go on rally, I don't know, from the camera lens, and from outside, as a bystander, the speed you guys go is like full gas all the way, all the way. How do you guys drive? I mean,
half of it is the sound.
What do you mean?
It's the sound of the exhaust makes it look faster. Actually, we're not going fast.
Really?
Yeah. Well, you see where you normally stand to see a corner, right?
Yeah.
You'll probably be in second gear or third gear only. How fast can you go?
Okay, today's rally I'm not sure lah. Today's rally car 300 bhp, 400 bhp.
Oh no, actually the cars now are less powerful.
Oh really?
Because the regulations restrict the size of the intake. So that is why the modern rally cars are getting smaller and smaller, because the weight is very important.
So those cars have very small ratios, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Very, very short and very close ratios. They use the mechanical advantage of the gears to go up, so they need to change gears very quickly. So now a lot of them have semi-auto shifts. And also the car has to be light. And the drivers also have to be light. That's why Chinese fellas like us got chance to be world rally champion.
Last question though. What's the last car you've driven on the rally?
The last car I drove on a rally,
or ever raced, last car you raced?
It would be a Celica.
Celica? The two-door one?
The GT4. That car was not well prepared, so I didn't do very well, unfortunately. But my heyday was in the... That was scary, man.
I froze also.
Yeah, there was a truck going over an expansion joint. My best days was in the Toyota 86, the A86.
K86, yeah?
So I won the championships 85, 86, 87.
You had the 86 also lah. 80 also lah.
Yeah.
So today got this big hype around the Doufu Low 86.
Actually, the car is not very fast.
Ouch. Those of you guys who want to buy the car.
I only had 147 horsepower at the wheels, and that was with the race cams on, you know.
How was the handling? Was it
handling was very good. It was the basic 100-inch wheelbase type of car. It was actually a copy of the Escort lah. So the suspension setup, McPherson struts, and a live axle at the back is exactly Ford Escort.
I think you had a lot of rally championships under that car lah.
3.
81,
82 was won in a Honda Civic.
Oh, not the Type R that one.
No, the standard 1300 Honda Civic.
Okay, we tarik a bit because we reached a toll. Okay, time to go.
Okay, guys, get ready for the sound.
Ready? Years old apart, but still enjoying the same things. we regress in age when we drive cars.
So this when we are driving cars, we are the same age. 16.
we regress a bit. So your last car was you had 86. Sorry, the AE 86 was your. That was really cool.
Because I spent 3 years with the car, 4 years, 84, 85, 86, 87. 4 years with the same car. So that was a good car. We had 4 of them.
Jeez.
And I was managing the team and driving at the same time.
Last question though. You review a lot of cars lately.
Yes.
What was your favorite car that you've driven over the top 5 cars you've driven over the last 5 years? 3 lah, make it quicker, 3.
Unfortunately, they all happen to be Porsches.
Really?
Yeah.
So which ones? The 992?
I drove the 992 C2. That was very nice.
Small ratio, right? That one?
Also 9 point something.
Yeah.
And what I like about the C2 is that it's a 3-liter turbo. So you don't have to pay the road tax for 3.8 liter.
And this one.
So I know roughly how much you pay for road tax lah.
Lakching cheap lah. 7 there.
So
the one you pay 2,000, 3 times less.
And then I like, of course, the Cayman GT4, and I like this car. And of course, I like the Cayman and this one better because they are manuals. The C2 was not a manual.
The 8-speed PDK.
So you give me a manual, I will love it lah. And you give me a manual that's Porsche. Wow.
That's the thing, like Porsche's manuals they're very clicky. Click. You know, it's very.
I love the gearbox.
It's you have to put energy in shifting.
Yeah. But it has the word is tactile feel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay lah, we go past the pencalaning, then we end the video lah.
Okay.
Alright. Hey, guys, don't subscribe to Uncle YS Khong channel. Of course, he got other reviews as well, but his specialty, what can he provide other than the usual journalist or usual car channel is how does the car really perform, right?
And sometimes you don't need to talk much, let the car do the talking.
Correct. So do subscribe to Uncle YS Khong channel. I think you got some very interesting videos coming out, right?
Yes.
GT4.
Yeah.
This car, Spyder. Are you going to put an Altezza also, right?
Yes, I'm going to put
I love that car.
This one is Altezza is 20 years old, yeah.
It's the Beams 3 GSE, right?
Okay, let's do your thing.
Downshift.